Forces that determine our happiness. Samik, my 3-year-old son, is playing blissfully with his toys while I get ready to go out for some business work. As soon as I am ready to move out, he sees me and wishes to go along with me. Obviously, I cannot take him out with me and try to cajole him to keep playing and do not wish to go with me because this desire of his cannot be fulfilled. And equally obviously, he is adamant to go with me and does not want to listen to any arguments against his not going along with me. Naturally, he is crying and miserable with large tears rolling down his streams. His crying becomes really intense and 100% as soon as I leave him with his mother and walk out of the door. This sets me thinking that he was enjoying so much with his toy seconds before his desire to go with me, but as soon as he is hit by this intense desire, he becomes miserable, dinheen as it cannot be fulfilled. Are we grown-ups any different? When intense desire wallow in our hearts that cannot be fulfilled, we also become miserable and stop enjoying all the blessings available with us. The frustration of desire so dominates us that all else seems of no importance. The culprit for our misery is our own desire that springs up in our consciousness. All this cycle of misery starts and grips us without our realizing it. See, we believe that the desire will give happiness, and therefore we desire, but what it does is just the opposite. It makes us dinheen. The above was an illustration of desire that cannot be fulfilled. Of course, without desire the world will not move. The important question is, do we understand how our desires influence the quality of our life? Now take another snapshot of my life story. I was a brilliant student in college days, and that raised my expectations about my career success. However, I suffered serious setbacks in my career. Serious here means that I fell far short of my expectations in my career progression, and this has been a serious cause of unhappiness in my life. I judged myself with very harsh standards, naturally in the process beating myself psychologically, further resulting in my being miserable. Till I saw through the whole game that I am miserable not because I am not doing well in my career, but because of the beatings I give myself for not coming up to the expectations I had built up about my career in my college days. Innumerable expectations from situations, people, products, and so on keep arising in us without our being even aware of these. Sometimes they are fulfilled, sometimes they are frustrated. And our happiness depends upon the fulfillment of these expectations. If we are not even aware of the power of these expectations in our life, how can we manage our happiness? Primarily, our day-to-day happiness is determined by the fulfillment of desires and expectations besides the value system that we adopt for judging our own selves, namely the makeup of our social self. All the three are important, but crucial is the conditioning of our social self, its values, attitudes, and the self-image. If it judges me well, I will be happy, but unfortunately if by its standards I am not up to the mark, then my life cannot be happy under any circumstances. Outside circumstances are not important, the judgment of this inner social self of ours is crucial. I may be driving in Mercedes car wearing solitaire diamond rings, but if my inner social self is beating me for some reason or the other, I cannot be happy. My desires and expectations are also shaped by the makeup of my social self. Illustrate further. Other minor forces that determine my happiness are following: my work and the satisfaction I derive from it, my relationships and the satisfactions I derive from them, my ability to learn from my experiences, my self-discipline that enables me to bring balance of diverse forces, work-home, PEC, extroversion-introversion, thinking, feeling, physical, mental, spiritual, solitude, group, material, spiritual, playwork, productive maintenance, and so on, in my life, do's and don'ts for happiness. 1. Learn skills of relationship, especially emotional intelligence. 2. Art of desires management. Lead a simple desire-free life trusting God. 3. Conscious of all kinds of expectations and desires that keep rising and managing them skillfully. 4. By and large, happiness is determined by internal factors like attitudes, values, social self, desires, and expectations, and not on external factors like money, comforts, worldly success. Be aware that external razmatas chamakdamak befools persons into believing that one will become happy by having that. For this wrong understanding, one wastes away one's whole life energy in their acquisitions. Do not be caught in this game and live a simple life. 5. Choose one's reference group very carefully, as that has major influence on one's happiness. 6. Maintain a good fitness regime for healthy body. 7. Do regular meditation and reflections come logging. 8. Live in your instinctive self, as much as possible be in touch with all that is happening to you. 9. Intellectual, emotional and moral integrity also helps. Do not get involved in romantic affairs, flirtations are okay. 10.